Sometimes the people we least expect hold the greatest secrets, and sometimes the strangers we meet at our lowest point are the very ones who change our lives forever. Tonight, I'll tell you a story that begins on a rainy night at a gas station. A story of a single dad hiding his own scars and a young woman carrying more than just a child, but a secret fortune no one could imagine. Stay with me until the end, because what happens between them will shake your heart, test your faith in humanity, and remind you of the incredible power of kindness. It was past midnight when Ethan pulled into the gas station, his old pickup coughing like it had given up on life. He had just finished a long shift at the warehouse and had his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, asleep in the back seat. Being a single dad wasn't easy, every dollar mattered, every extra mile felt like a burden. But he had promised Lily pancakes in the morning, and he wasn't going to break that promise. As he stepped out to pump the gas, he noticed something unusual. Under the harsh fluorescent lights, near the side of the convenience store, sat a young woman curled up on the curb. Her arms wrapped around her knees, tears streaming down her cheeks, shoulders trembling in the cold. She looked lost, broken, and visibly pregnant. Ethan froze for a moment. The world had taught him to keep his head down, to not get involved in other people's problems. But Lily's soft breathing in the truck reminded him of something. He couldn't just walk past someone who looked so helpless. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked softly, approaching her slowly, like one might approach a wounded animal. She startled at his voice, quickly wiping her tears. Her clothes, though elegant, were smudged with dirt. She looked far too well dressed to be sleeping at a gas station. Her eyes darted toward him, then away, as if ashamed to be seen in this state. "I'm fine," she stammered, but her trembling voice betrayed the lie. Her hand rested protectively over her belly. Ethan sighed. He'd been there before, when pride kept him from asking for help, when the world seemed determined to remind him of everything he'd lost. He remembered the nights after his wife had walked out on him, when he had cried in his truck, hiding from Lily so she wouldn't see. This woman's pain was all too familiar. "Look," he said gently, "I'm not here to bother you. Just, if you need food or a ride, I can help. I've got my little girl with me, and I can't just leave you like this." For a long moment, she hesitated. Then she whispered, "I don't even know where I'm supposed to go anymore." Her words cracked in half, like her spirit had already been broken. Ethan felt his chest tighten. He offered her his jacket, and when she finally accepted it, their eyes met. Something unspoken passed between them, not attraction, not yet, but recognition. Two broken people surviving the night. What Ethan didn't know was that this woman wasn't just a lost soul. She was Sophia Lane, a millionaire CEO whose empire was crumbling behind closed doors. But tonight, she wasn't a powerful figure. She was just a scared girl, and Ethan's kindness was the only thing keeping her from collapsing completely. The next morning, Sophia woke up in Ethan's modest home. He had given her the couch, while Lily had insisted on offering her blanket to the sad lady. The smell of pancakes filled the small kitchen. Ethan was flipping them with a tired but gentle smile, and Lily was giggling at his silly faces. Sophia's eyes welled up again. This wasn't wealth, it wasn't luxury, but it was something she had lost long ago: warmth. Over breakfast, Ethan asked her no intrusive questions. He didn't demand her story, didn't pry into why a pregnant woman was alone at midnight. Instead, he treated her with respect, as if her dignity mattered even in her lowest moment. It disarmed her completely. Finally, she spoke. "I wasn't supposed to be here," she whispered. "I wasn't supposed to fall apart." Her fingers traced the rim of her coffee mug. Ethan looked at her quietly, waiting. "My fiancé," her voice cracked. "He left when he found out I was pregnant, said I'd ruined his life. Everyone thought I was strong enough to handle everything, but the truth is I'm not. And if the world finds out I can't even handle my own life, then everything I built will collapse too." Ethan's heart ached. He didn't know she was talking about billion-dollar boardrooms and magazine covers. To him, she was just a woman abandoned and humiliated. He reached across the table, his rough hand covering hers. "You don't have to be strong every second of the day. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is let someone help you." The sincerity in his voice shook her more than any empty promises of love she had heard before. Tears spilled freely now, but for the first time, she didn't feel ashamed of them. Over the next few weeks, Sophia found herself returning again and again to Ethan's little house. Lily adored her, and she began helping around, cooking, tidying, even reading bedtime stories. Slowly, she began to feel human again, but deep inside, she dreaded the moment Ethan would learn who she really was. Would he treat her differently once he found out she was worth millions? Or would he still see her as the woman crying in the gas station, desperate for a second chance? The answer to that question would change both their lives forever.